Welcome to part 2 of this rabbit cage. If you have not seen part 1, please check that out. I want to rub this polyurethane on, so here's what I'm doing. I'm going to shoot for 6 ounces polyurethane. Right? And I'm going to go ahead and run it up to 1 cup. What I'm trying to do is thin this polyurethane down so that I can just use a paper towel and just rub it on. It's pretty thin. I want to go ahead and put some linoleum down on the surfaces. I don't have a heavy roller, but I'm going to just do it anyway. Just something to cover the plywood up, and I think it'll be better for a rabbit cage. It might be a little slippery, but it's an indoor rabbit cage, so. There we go, 1 layer done. Let it dry up good. Should be okay. So I grabbed some sticks out of my yard. These are the ramps. What I think I want to do is maybe try to sand all this bark off of these, and then maybe build some little plank things for traction. I don't even know what you'd call them. Some of these are kind of thick. I think I want to cut them down, maybe turn them into 2. There we go. Take these sticks that I cut and sanded a little. I'm gonna just put a bead of glue on there and just tack them in. And then I'll just keep going until I get them all in. Run them through the bandsaw to trim them off. I want to go ahead and put a coat of polyurethane over these. I don't think he'll chew on them. I sanded off the outer edges of the bark. The inner edges are still there, but so I think it's time to cut this hole out. I'm gonna cut it from the bottom. I'm gonna just use a razor blade. Here we go. Got 102 inches to go clear around to here, and then I got the doors. Those will be separate. So when I made this, I forgot to compensate for the thickness of the linoleum, which means I had to cut off the top row a little. Yay, this is awesome. I didn't really want to do it, but well, it's a little too late for. I may put wood trim around the bottom edges. I don't know, I didn't really intend on it, but the staples I have really aren't going in far enough to hold it very well. I made some trim to cover up all this stuff It's sitting there. Need to let that dry up. I did go ahead and stain it. I just used a 2x4, ran it through the table saw a few times, used the router, blah blah blah. Just trim. What I want to show you is here. I bent the edges of this stuff and I drilled holes. Went ahead and just epoxied those in. Okay, so I got all the trim work in. Now I need to re-silicone. I taped things off. Just gonna run a bead. I changed my mind how I want to do them at the last minute. I didn't want to just staple this stuff on and have these rough edges. I thought even if I tried to file these, you open the doors up, I don't want rough edges. So I took the doors and I ran them through the table saw and split off almost a 1/4 inch. So I got that stapled in. Then what I was doing was just putting a bead along the edges. Then I'm just going to run glue clear around, put it in between here. And then just setting some of these strips that I cut right on there. Take my other side and just set it on, try to line it up. And that should be good. Basically I'll cut off and sand the edges later, but that keeps it inside. Okay, well, the doors are on. The hinges work pretty good. Just working on putting some latches on here. I still need to mount the bottom part, but I'll get that. So I've taped these doors off, and I'm using just black silicone that I had. That's why we're going with black. I ran out of clear. And I just taped it off and put a bead in there. Ran my finger across it. I think it looks pretty sharp. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching.